We are live. Well, we're live. Good deal. Welcome everybody to this amazing GPM call. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. I got a lot of information to go over here today. It is super ridiculously hot out here in Vancouver, well, in the entire world. So I was gonna wear my nice Kangen 9.5 purple t-shirt, but I decided to go with my traditional black. If you know my brand, you'd be very hard pressed to see me in anything other than a black t-shirt. So we're gonna rock it tonight. We've got a lot of information to go over. I have a slideshow that's built out, and really what the goal is to show you the transition from working this business organically and moving to the online space, how that whole thing happened. I know there's some people here that have probably come in from online and from offline, and you're kind of wondering, like, if you're came in from online, like, how do I do the warm market? And if you're, doing the warm market, how do you transition to the online, especially in COVID times, because our number one way of making sales pretty much vanished, which was water shares, right? Like, it was really hard to go meet people when it was all COVID times, but now that is all in the past. Let's hope so anyways. But drop me a comment down below. I can't see anything. I do have you guys here, so I can kind of see what's going on. But drop me a comment down below. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you have any questions throughout this process. If there is any questions, either I'll get to them or maybe Dave can send over the questions or whatever it is. Either way, this is going to be rad. So my name is Kevin Melnick. I have been in Enagic now for 6.5 years, which is really crazy because my story was, I've known about this forever. I knew about this when I was 21 years old, when Balazs first got his machine. We were young and we didn't really know what was going on, but every time we'd come over to Balazs's house, he'd be like, man, you gotta drink this water, you gotta drink this water. And so we were drinking the water, it was great. And then when I first found out about the business, I was making, like, I don't know, maybe $10, $15 an hour at selling cell phones. It was commission as well, but it was like, when I saw you can make $2,000 with one sale, I was completely sold. I thought it was the best thing in the world. But like a lot of people, I was super skeptical. So I went from the biggest skeptic on the planet, okay? Like, I was that guy, the guy that called it a pyramid scheme, too good to be true. If it was that great, everyone would be doing it, and all this sort of stuff. And from there till now, I have gotten myself a whole whack of plaques up there, and I hit 6A2 3 separate times. Now I'm gonna go over kind of how that whole thing broke down. 6A2 3 times really means nothing in Enagic as far as Enagic ranks go, but as far as income, it's great. Lots of bonuses and lots of money. So there are some strategies that we can go over if we have some time, but for right now, I want to just jump into the content and we're going to go from there. So right out of the gate, before we get started, I wanted to mention something. I've been watching the Olympics. I love competition. So the one thing about me is, like, if there is a way to win, I want to try, and this actually came from one of my really good friends, one of Balazs's really good friends. A lot of people in our group, good friends, Jamie McLaughlin. When we were kids, we were always so competitive. Who, throwing rocks at a sign, or who could run the fastest or jump the fastest or whatever. So I've always been a very competitive person. And so I'm watching the Olympics, and there is a lady, and she's running. It's a triathlon. She's from Bermuda. Bermuda's never won a medal ever in the Olympics. And this lady, on her 4th Olympic Games, crossed the finish line like 2 minutes before 2nd place. She broke down. She was so blown away. And she was being interviewed, and they were saying, like, how did you keep going every single year? Because remember, Olympics is every 4 years you have an Olympics. This isn't like the Stanley Cup or NBA Finals where it's every single year, unless it's a lockout season. But literally, this lady, every 4 years, had to, inside of her mind, commit to the long-term goal, right? Like, when you think about your Enagic business, a lot of people, they look at their business from the perspective of who they are now. You're going to hear this all the time, especially with new leads. Oh man, I'm not a tech guy. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not whatever. And it's like, you may not be that now, but when this lady is training for her first Olympics, her second Olympics, her third Olympics, her fourth Olympics, what do you think she has in her mind? She has the image of her on the podium with the medal. You know what I mean? I'm number one. For 4 years, she had to have that inside of her mind. That is what drives us forward. So as we're getting into the content here, I want you to really get real with yourself of who is it in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? Who is it that's going to hit that 682-3? Because when I got into this business, I had two choices. Choice number one, go down the path that I've already been down. Choice number two, go down this path that is completely unknown. But I knew for a fact that if I did not quit, I would make it to 682-3. That was it. That's all I needed, was I need to keep going, because I saw myself as the person who gets to sleep in every day, inspire other people, travel the world, do all these amazing things. But you need to create the image inside your mind, like your hand is connected to your arm. You're that sure that you're gonna make it. And I'm telling you from experience, I've seen people come into this business inside of my team that make it halfway and then they stop because they made a bad financial decision, or they outsourced something that didn't make sense at the time, or they tried to speed up the process and do things and shortcut. And it's like, if you have a short-term vision, you're never going to get to the long-term goals. It's just the way that it is. Okay. So I just want to start off by saying, if an Olympic athlete can train 4 years for one event, then you should be able to build a dream big enough to keep you going day after day after day. Because the beautiful thing about our business, literally, as I'm on here right now, there could be someone that comes in, hits my ad. There could be a referral. There could be somebody, hey man, I saw your YouTube video. I saw whatever. They could change your life in a second. Balazs was talking about this with Cynthia. She found a guy that went to -4 or -5 or whatever it was in 4 years. That person can literally be 20 minutes away. They could hit your ad right now. It might be in a day, it might be in a week, it might be in a month. But if you know for sure what you're gonna do, then you don't need to worry about that anxiety of, oh, should I be doing this or not? Which is the number one reason why most people don't get up and get after it like they should every day, is because they're still deciding. They're still, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? Once you commit to that, all you need to do now is your daily method of operation and smash it out every single day, because you don't need to change your entire life. You change one day, you make that day productive, and you compound it over and over and over again. Okay. Now, the reason why a lot of people won't commit long-term, my perspective again, is that they're too cool. They don't want to be seen that as someone who's going outside their comfort zone or trying. We have this like mentality that things are supposed to be easy. You see Conor McGregor with his feet up, or his foot up, you know what I mean? Sitting on a boat, sipping proper 12 or whatever. You see all these celebrities doing all this stuff, Bitcoin millionaire. We're been so climatized to this easy method, and nobody wants to struggle. Nobody wants to get into the dirt. No one wants to go through that transformation, right? The transformation, that's what I remember. You know what I mean? Like, I got tons of people on my team. I remember my people. I remember how I made them feel. And I remember how they made me feel. The money comes, the money goes. It's the impact that you have on the world. And you can't impact someone else's life until you've done it yourself. So if you got this, I'm too cool to be seen as struggling or seen as learning or whatever the case is, just remember, I forget who said this, but the 10 people that you're worried about judging you are the 10 people that most likely will never buy from you in the first place. Your best friend, your coworker, Don't worry about those guys. Don't worry about them. Set your intention, get that out of the way. Now you don't need to worry every single day when you get up. Should I be doing this? Should I not be doing this? Then you got your daily method of operation and you're going to smash it out. Okay. So I wanted to get that off my chest because, man, I get so emotional when I see someone try and succeed. You know what I mean? When you see these Olympic athletes go for it, they win the gold and it's just everything comes out because they've been waiting for it their entire life. And for 4 years, they had to get into the gym and grind it out with absolutely no guarantee. So anyways, let's get into it. I have a really awesome slideshow for you. This is actually our Legacy Builders webinar that I kind of just took some stuff out for you. But again, it's my story. It's how I came from point A to point B, and we're gonna rock it here. So give me a sec to make sure all of my stuff is ready. All right. And let's do this and this and this and this and this. All right. And all right. So let's just move past this. Legacy Builders, cool name, right? I think it's better than Allied Forces personally. All right. So first of all, again, these are for new people, but it's the same sort of concept, because even when you buy into this business, for me, for one, I remember the very first week I had my machine on my counter, I was still wondering if this was a scam or not, okay? But doing well in school and getting a good job is going to make you successful. We all know that that's not, it just doesn't work like that. Back in the industrial age of working, when there was no way to basically buy your way into a business, like the fact that we do what we do, that you can make an ad on Facebook and put it out into, you know, the most amazing marketing system that no one even knew that we were signing up for in the first place. And then you get to market a product called Enagic, which, by the way, if you got your water, take a second, take a sip, be grateful for this amazing product that you have. The fact that we get to do what we do and you can buy your way into it is absolutely bonkers. You know what I mean? So the 40-40-40 plan, work 40 years for 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire off 40% of your income. Now, when I'm talking to somebody, I'll say, okay, Mr. Person, how old are you? Well, I'm 30 years old. I can say, okay, imagine you worked from 40 all the way, or 30 all the way to 67. So you had another 37 years. And at the end of that 37 years, you're 67 years old and you're getting paid $1,200 a month for Social Security. Or you could take that 37 years, cram it down into 5 years, and from 35 to 40 years old, you hit 682-3. And then from 40 to 80 years old, you are guaranteed $2.4 million. That's $5,000 a month for 40 years. Is $2.4 million. So I always say to people, imagine I had a lotto ticket, a $2.4 million lotto ticket minimum, and you could earn your way to this. You could go back to high school and do grade 8 to grade 12 again. And at the end, boom, you're handed a $2.4 million winning lotto ticket. Would you do it? So this is the sort of mindset, the vision that I'm trying to portray to people. Most employees, they're so short-sighted. So what you need to do as a leader is you need to expand that vision, push it past 5, 10, 20 years, 40 years. Because once he's 80 years old, guess what? If you die, you get to pass this on to your kids. Now they live for another 80 years. Well, there's what, $4.8 million? And them. So the legacy in this company was the reason why I got into this business, because trading time for money was honorable back in the day. You know, oh yeah, you know, clean, dirty money, clean hands, whatever that phrase goes. That's cool, dude. But I'm a work smarter, not harder type of guy. I'm not the hardest working guy in the world, by the way. Okay. I'm the guy that wants the most efficient way to do something with the least amount of BS. Okay. Another thing, I sometimes swear, but I'm doing my best to keep this PG for you guys. But anyways, saving your money is a good thing. There was something I said, or I read that said, poor people spend their money, average people save their money, and rich people invest their money. So this was one of the biggest mindset shifts, and Balazs will say the same thing, is you gotta be willing to invest big time, okay? So real short side story, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I might go for like 2 hours because I ramble and I just boom, boom, boom. But I remember Kayla Delargy, way back GPM days, 2017, we were on the boat cruise, and I asked her, because she had like a $40,000 or $50,000 a month. I said, like, how did you do this? And she goes, you know what? I got a credit card with a $7,000 limit and I threw it. And I said, we're doing this. If I max it out, I max it out. I'll always make more money, but I got to do it. And that was just like so mind blowing. Cause I'm like, you took $7,000 and turned it into 50,000. But how many people are so scared to spend the $7,000? But again, you're looking at the perspective of the person you are today. If you're spending $7,000 in ads, you're probably going to show up every day and monitor your ads and make sure that you're doing the things you need to do, right? It's just the way that it is. So anyways, you got to learn to detach yourself from the saving of money and investing it to compound your results. If you got $100,000 in the bank, rich people are going to laugh at you. You know what I mean? You need investments that can make you passive income. Everything online is a scam. We all know we've all dealt with that. Listen to the government. They have your best interest in mind, and medical institutions are meant to keep you healthy. Come on, man, it's COVID. The fact that we are in this business, health, sanitation, lifetime bonuses, work online, personal branding, I'm telling you, you have the best business in the world right here with Enagic. Okay, so I want to touch on these because these are probably things that you guys are running into all the time with your leads. I have no money or bad credit. Okay, so I have no money or bad credit is probably the most common excuse you're going to get. And generally this comes down from saying, I don't believe that my investment will be worth it long-term. Okay. So there is good debt and then there's bad debt. So I'll always ask someone, I'll say, okay, well, what kind of car do you drive? When did you buy it? How much did you buy it for? What is it worth now? Trying to get them to understand that, credit is for investing other people's money so you can make a return. That's what it's for. Now, I've seen guys that literally couldn't finance a ham sandwich, get into my business and make 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month. Literally, I've seen guys with zero get into this business and smash it out. So when you hear I have no money or I have bad credit, then there's a couple of things you can do. Number one, set them up with a budget. If someone works a 9-to-5 job, the biggest advantage they have is they understand when their income is coming in. So if you need to reverse engineer a plan, whether it's in-house financing, a single machine, a trifecta, or a quad, and the person has a 9-to-5 job, then you can set the goal and reverse engineer it literally to the day. So when you do this, you must stay organized, okay? You must stay incredibly organized. The number one way to get yourself discouraged is be unorganized and not remember when you called that guy or when you sent the last message or whatever. So what I do personally is I use my Google Calendar and I make notes in the description. Okay, so whatever. It's literally bang, 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 bang. Names, full names, phone numbers. Okay, so here's another thing. And again, I'm rambling here. When you decide that you want to close somebody, you never, ever, 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 ever do it through text. Ever. Ever. No excuses, nothing. Phone call or Zoom meetings only. And the reason is you want to be able to use your tonality. Okay? If I'm doing business with someone, I want to see you. I'll wait. I'll get up early. I'll stay up late. I want you on a Zoom meeting. I want your wife on a Zoom meeting, your husband on a Zoom meeting. I want to connect with you because people are buying off emotion. They're not buying because they need a $5,000 water ionizer, right? I don't think anybody's ever been like, man, I got like $5,000 sitting here. I need a water ionizer, right? No, they're buying it because they think that investing in you as a coach and mentor is going to give them a better life in the long run. Okay. So no time, no money, no credit, show them the big picture, do a tax savings analysis, which is another major thing that I think half of the people in Enagic don't do is I have a video, I'll post it in here. There's 2 sites where you can literally put in your income, do your expenses, minus the expenses off your gross income, put that into the website and it'll kick you out a tax number. All you're doing is it's just a simple equation. So if someone says, I have no money, I have no credit, I go, okay, well, if you made $50,000 last year, you spent $10,000 in income tax, that's your money. That's a trifecta, but you're just giving it to the government because you don't own a business. Okay. So no money, bad credit. Don't take that as an excuse. Because if I rolled up a brand new Lamborghini to your front door and I said, you got 5 days to find me $5,000, guess what? You're going to make it happen. Okay. I'm too busy or I work too much. We work digitally. You are people. I go, they literally, you could go to your active screen time and tell me how much time you spent on social media just pissing around. Don't tell me you don't have enough time. Once your business is built, your page is set up, all you're doing is sifting and sorting through leads. So automation is incredibly important. This is why we all moved from organic, mainly organic, over to online. My spouse thinks it's a scam. This is a lack of information. So I have 4 rules, really. Number 1, you must have a strong internet connection. You must have a strong internet connection. I'm not working with anybody who lives in the sticks, hotspot, can't get a hold of you, because my second one is communication. If they're not open lines of communication, then this doesn't work. You must have a minimum of 1 hour to 2 hours a day to focus on your business. You can spread that around 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes an hour. I don't care how it is, but you gotta have some time allocated. And the last one, what was the last one? Communication, strong internet, supportive spouse. That was the last one. I don't remember. Anyways, what the hell is the last one? Supportive spouse, strong internet connection, communication. Yeah, and hour to a day. Communication, spouse, whatever. Anyways, so you always bring the spouse in. And here's the other thing. If you're talking to a guy or you're talking to a girl and you're like, I won't work with you unless your spouse is on board. Like, I'll tell them straight up, like, listen, if your spouse isn't on board with me, it's not happening. I've literally had people's spouses with the K8 above the stairs, ready to chuck it down the stairs. And like, dude, you can never fight the household battle. Spouse always has to be on board. I'm not a tech guy. I actually have a picture I'm going to show you here in a sec. Kids take up all my time. Yeah, but you know what? You can get up early. You can stay up late. And the fear of failure. If you're not winning, you're failing. As far as I'm concerned, if you're going to a job every single day, repeating the same day over and over and over again, and you're not getting ahead, and you have not enough money, and you're overworked, underpaid, and overtaxed, you're failing. So what are you scared to fail of? Like, do you not think people not know that you're not balling? Like, come on, man. Again, I'm too cool to be seen that I'm trying. And this is the number one thing. Like, dude, we're 20, we're 30, we're 40, we're 50 years old. We're not 10. Leave that shit behind and get after what you want and prove to yourself and your family that you're worth it. All right. Woo. You guys having fun yet? All right. So let's get into my story. So I have been a sales guy my entire life. I've always loved sales. When I was 18 years old, 17, 18 years old, I got a job as a roofer, framer. I drove downtown Vancouver for 3 months, working in the freezing cold, and the guy just upped and left. He's like, yeah, I'm gone, filed for bankruptcy, went to Alberta. And he stiffed me on like my $3,000 or $4,000, whatever I made. But you know, when I was 17 years old, that was everything. It was 3 months of my life. I made a decision to always have control over my finances from that point on. I'm just not built to be a 9-to-5er. It just ain't in my blood. You could do it if you like, it's all good, but that is a stepping stone into your greatness. Okay. Your 9-to-5 job is to support your family, keep food on the table. And when you're at home, that's your hustle. Get a side hustle, get a paper route, get a lemonade stand, walk dogs. I don't care. Just do something else that is yours, that you're passionate about. If you're in a Enagic, obviously that's why you're here. But this is my beautiful girlfriend, Laura. Her and I, we worked at Harley Davidson together. As you can see, we crushed it. It was the most amazing job in the world. I got a Harley tattoo on my arm here. It's exactly what you think. If you're like, oh man, a Harley dealership, I wonder what it's like. It's exactly like that. Burnouts, doors open, cool people all the time, super laid back and awesome. But I live in Vancouver. It rains 6 months. It's sunny 6 months. And I kept running into this. It was feast and then famine, and then feast and then famine. And here's the thing. See all of these sales? This is in May. This is in March. Well, guess what happens in April? It's a new month. All of this progress, poof, vanishes into thin air. It's like you can never get ahead. You don't feel like you're ever getting anywhere. So the beautiful thing with Enagic, you never lose your rank. You never lose your spot. Every single deal, boom, 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 adds up. If it was me and I was running the sales manager's office, I would have a running total for the year. And I would do monthly, quarterly, and then yearly challenges for different sort of bonuses. Keep the guys motivated, right? That's the whole reason why we show up in our business. It's the progression, feel like we're actually getting somewhere. So after 5 years of getting thrown back to zero, I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore. And on top of that, my beautiful girlfriend had Monday, Tuesday off. No, I had Monday, Tuesday off. She had Wednesday, Thursday off. The reason we did this is to cover both of our deals. But guess what? We never saw each other. We're either at work together, or she has her days off, I have my days off. So not only am I not making the money that I want, it's a seasonal job, but I don't even get to see the woman that I love anyways. So I was like, I got to make a change, man. I got to do something different. So I did something that I never thought I would ever do in my entire life. And I went and I got a 9-to-5 job. Well, a 7-to-7 job. I literally spent over $11,000 on an excavator course on a sure thing to go up to Alberta to make $100,000 a year. Well, here's the thing. When you make $100,000 a year in the oil field, you get taxed 40%. 40%. So I'm up there and I'm like, oh, where's my paycheck? Open my paycheck. And I'm like, $6,000. Where the hell's my money? And here I am, furious. Everybody around me is like, dude, right on, woo, let's go to the bar tonight. No one else cared that they got jacked $4,000. I'm looking around going, how are you guys this excited? We literally got robbed 40% of our income. And man, anyways, getting a little ahead of myself. But I spent money, my life savings, doing what was a sure thing. I got a job. Went excavator training. I got certified. I started working up in Fort Hills. I did the grind, man. I went away. I spent over $20,000 living expenses, buying the clothes, getting trained up, getting the tickets, all of this sort of stuff. And guess what? I got laid off 3 different times in 4 months. So here I am living behind bars. Now, remember, I'm like 270 pounds at the time. I'm huge and I'm stuck in this little cab. And I was like, dude, this blows. Living out of a hockey bag, minus 40 degrees, just wasn't for me. So I was like, I'm making a change. That's it. I'm going home. I'm not doing this anymore. That's a real smile, because that's when I knew I was going to do an adjunct. I was talking to Blage. I was talking to Pete, all the people that were in my business. They're like, bro, come home. Come home, dude. You're not built for this. Let's do it. So that smile is the smile of someone that knows that their future is going to become better. Got myself a coach. Now, this is the only time you'll ever see me with hair. And I think I was about 10 years old there. But that's Blage and I in grade 3, which is crazy. But yeah, I met Blage way, way, way back in the day. And we used to play street hockey together. And like, I saw a piece of myself in him when he was on stage, jumping around in a custom-made suit while I was up in the oil field. I was like, dude, I can do that. Like, I can do that. I can be that guy. I like, just give me a chance. You know what Blage said to me? He goes, bro, if you commit, I will work as hard on your business as you will. I was like, I'm in. Just all I wanted was the safety net. Because the reason why I didn't get started early, it wasn't because I didn't think the machine was good or I didn't think the game plan was good, is I was afraid I would give up on myself. That's really what it was. I was terrified that I would try, not make it, and then let myself down, that I wouldn't reach the standard that I thought I should have for my life. But you get yourself a coach, right? So we're actually going to start getting into how our business was growing and how all this stuff went down. And we started our journey in 2015. So again, laid off December, January 2014, 2015. I had it. I'm done. I'm getting in there. It's my beautiful girlfriend, Laura. There is Blage, Ryan Carter, one of our good friends, Pete, my cousin Craig, that I just was up in Prince Rupert fishing, which was awesome. Kevin Harding. And then that's actually my mom, who actually helped me get into this business. And I'm actually going to tell you guys the story of how I got into this business, and that I haven't really told anyone. And I'm going to drop it on the GPM call, which is crazy, but it's all good. I'll tell you guys at the end. But I was able to make $10,390 in my very first 6 weeks. So up here, when I first got my machine, I did what everybody else did. Oh, I hope this isn't a scam. Let's just try it out. You know, drinking the water for a bit, going through the process. You know, I lost, well, actually check this out. Actually, I'm going to show you guys this picture at the end. Just remind me to show you this picture so you see it on the big screen. But I want to show you the transformation I went through my first 30 days. But I started losing weight. My skin looked nicer. I was getting dialed in. And I just started going to everybody. But every single one of these sales, look, trifecta, 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 trifecta. People are going to invest the same way you invest. And you want your people, your downline, to understand that. Because a lot of people are going to come and go, you know, I'm just going to do a single machine. You know what? I'm just going to do in-house financing. I'm going to just buy a machine. And then if I like it, I'm going to, I'll complete my trifecta. Well, here's the thing. You can't be comfortable in this business. If you really want to make it, if you want to do the thing that you knew was inside of you your entire life, from when you were a kid, when I was 5 years old, sitting on my bedroom floor, flipping through hockey cards, staring at these guys going, man, I'm going to be someone one day. You need to push all in. You need to be at the point where if you don't make this work, then you're screwed. If it's like, hey, if I don't make my payments, I can't put food on my table. Good. That's where you need to be. You don't want to be the laxy daisy. Oh yeah, it's all good. I can make my payment. No big deal. Because guess what? You won't fucking show up. And if you have to make your payment, you're going to show up. Now, what I did is I attached a commission to something in my life. So the thing is money is money. But my mortgage payment, the thing, every single one of us, I mean, my mom, my dad, every single day. Oh, the mortgage this, the mortgage that. Okay, well, when I pay the mortgage, I'll do whatever I want. But who wants to pay a mortgage, right? No one. So what I did is my mortgage was $1,197 a month. A trifecta is $1,110. So what did I do? I said, if I make one trifecta sale a month, I don't have to pay my mortgage. To me, find one sale, live mortgage free. That is way more exciting than, you know, make $1,000. Attach the money to what you're going to spend it on, whether it's taking your wife out or fixing something in the house or going on a vacation or putting it back into your ads. But figure out what it is you're going to spend the money on and attach it, because you're way more emotionally attached to the thing that you're going to spend the money on than the money itself. Okay. But as you can see, trifecta, 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 trifecta. 6 trifecta sales is going to make you your $10,000 back. It's only 6. And if you're doing quads, it's only 4. I kept reinvesting into my business. I now have 4 machines, 2 showers, and 4 UCOM positions. So people go, oh man, that's a lot of money. I go, dude, I got like $30,000 worth of like, you know, Enagic equipment in my house. Not only does my mom, aunt, cousin, sister, girlfriend, sister, dad, everyone that I love, everyone that's important to me has a machine. I didn't have to convince them. I didn't have to twist their arm. They saw the benefits. They saw the results. And when you get this water in you, I'm telling you, your life is going to change. So I got creative with warm market. All right. So this is kind of getting into the fun stuff. This is the stuff that separates the hustlers from the people that are just waiting for things to fall out of the sky. So I was actually making these. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a Screaming Eagle logo on my receptionist shirt. So this is at Harley Davidson, middle of rainy season. This was probably in maybe summer. I don't remember what it is, to be honest with you, but this was Halloween. But basically what I did is I made a flyer on something called Brothers Poster Maker. And I went to car dealerships. I went to the Brick looking for sales guys. I went to hair salons, which is crazy that I would walk into a hair salon talking about an Anespa. I went to chiropractors' offices. I went to doctors' offices. I went to the mall. I went to our local mall and went into every single retail store. People go, oh yeah, well, my ads aren't working. Put your shoes on and get outside. Go knock some doors. Put up a flyer somewhere. Go to a gym. There is no excuse for why your business isn't growing. If you don't have the money for ads, hit the pavement. If you don't want to hit the pavement, get into Facebook groups. There are a million ways to drive traffic in this business. Do not give yourself a bullshit excuse on why you can't drive traffic. Your leads are fuel. If you do not have leads going into your business, you're making $0. That's the way it is. You must have non-negotiables inside of your business. One of our non-negotiables is minimum 3 leads a day. I don't care where you get your leads, but you got to get your leads, 3 leads a day. So get creative. Go on to YouTube or go on to Google and find some pictures. Make something. All right. Now, if I was to do this all over again, I would not do it the way that I did it. But we didn't know really what we were doing. We were just trying. Try it. If it doesn't work, try something else. At Halloween, kids would literally come up, trick or treat. Here's a Mars bar and a Snickers. And hey, bring this sheet of paper to your mom. Hey, mom. Hey, dad. Hey, let me know. Free samples. Boom, boom. Get creative. People are coming to my door. I'm like, all I need to do is hand out a flyer to somebody. This costs what, $5 to print out 50 or something like that? Maybe $5 to print out 50, but get creative. If you have townhouse complexes in your area, find out what the property tax is. Find out what an average mortgage payment is and do a tax savings. Hey, based on where you live, you could be saving X amount of money if you had a home-based business. If you're into health and wellness and open to new opportunity, shoot me a message. I'd love to give you some free information. They get creative, go outside the box. Most people will work harder to save the money that they already have than they will to make more money. So if someone stapled something to my front door saying, hey, people in your neighborhood are saving an average of $5,000 to $10,000 every single year on their income tax by owning a small business. If you're interested in learning about health and wellness and building a lifetime income, hit this link, give me a phone call, shoot me a text, whatever. Get creative, okay? So I want to know if anybody sees the problem with this picture over here, right? Over here, over there, over here. But there is an issue. And if someone's going to catch this, actually, I won't be that surprised because you're all Enagic people and you know what you're doing. But the problem is these bottles are not full. So there's 2 things that hurt this water. Light and oxygen. This is an antioxidant. So if there's oxygen in there, it's going to start breaking down the water. So rookie mistake, it is what it is. But you see, all of these are not full. So when you're doing a water share, you want to fill it to the very, very, very top and then cap it so there's no air inside. And when someone drinks a jug, so if you were to drink one of these gallons and you only get through 3/4, the next day you throw away that water and you start a new jug. Because again, the oxygen is going to break down this water. This water loses 100 times its strength in its first 24 hours. Okay, so keep that in mind. Excuse me. There are my flyers. So I went out and got 500 milliliter bottles. And I would go up to people. I used to go into car dealerships. And if you do this, take a picture of yourself doing this and then tag me in the picture. Because I want to see who's the hustlers, who's willing to go out and just and be a hunter. You know what I mean? So I would grab a half-liter bottle of water and I would go to a car dealership and I would walk around and wait for the first guy to come up. And remember, I have like a magic bag so no one can see what's in there. And I'm going to talk with them, kind of shoot the shit a little bit. I was out prospecting commission sales guys. So we get into a conversation and what are they going to say? Hey, so what do you do for a living? Well, funny you ask. I've been in sales my whole life too. And over the last couple months, years, whatever, I've started a home-based business. It's full commission, 57% on growth. You know, I'm always on the hunt for strong sales guys. Have you ever thought of starting your own online business? Have you ever wanted to work from home? Or have you ever wanted to be in high commission sales? Because you're selling this $50,000 pickup truck, you might make $500 or $1,000. Imagine selling a $50,000 pickup truck and getting paid 27 grand. All of a sudden, whoop, ears perk up. That's how I built my business at the start. I literally would walk into another person's place of business looking for commission sales guys. You can go to Furniture Warehouse. You go anywhere that has a commission sales guy. You can go into cell phone stores. Find people that are hustlers and put the opportunity in front of them. that's what happened to me. I was a hustler. The opportunity came into my lap. Literally, Pete called me one day. Hey, man, you should do an Magic. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years after I last talked to him, I was sold like that in a split second. So don't overthink things, which is the number one reason why people don't go and do stuff, is you're so much in your head, you're overthinking and you're getting frustrated. What if it doesn't work? What if it does work? Just do it. Go after it. Most likely, if you fall on your face, they're not going to remember. And an hour later, everyone's moved on with their life. So don't get emotionally attached to this sort of stuff. Get out there. Tenacity. You're a hunter. If you had to hunt for your food, then you would get there every single day and you would hunt for your food and you wouldn't go home until you caught something. Well, that's how I had a perspective on my business. I had to get leads, literally business cards, phone numbers, emails, didn't matter. I'm getting your information. And then not only am I getting your information, but I'm getting an answer from you. You're going to tell me yes, or you're going to tell me no, or you're going to block me, but I'm getting an answer from you. So never let off the gas, especially if you've done 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 follow-ups. It might take 10 follow-ups. It may take 15 follow-ups. But if you think the person's worth it and they're respectful, stay on your game. Whew. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we spent $3,000 on this booth. So there's Roger Goodette. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this guy before. He's got Change Your Water, Change Your Life on his arm. Ex-Army guy, PTSD, water changed his life. And we decided, hey, you know what? Remember, there's no online. We didn't have click this link and go through this funnel while I'm sitting at the beach doing whatever. We had to hustle. So my girlfriend, she's like, you know what? Let's do the West Coast Women's Show. And let's go and just set up a booth and do the whole thing. So we spent $3,000. Most people, they're like, oh, I can't spend $3,000 on a JR4, or I can't spend $500 a month on ads, or I can't invest. It's like, dude, we dropped $3,000 for a weekend. And not only did Laura and I work our 9 hours a day at Harley, but then we drove an hour to the Abbotsford Trade X and did the whole song and dance for people. And guess what? 0 sales were made until about a week or two after. And it came from meticulous, just aggressive follow-up. You got to get aggressive. You got to go after it, because people are buying into you because of your long-term vision and your enthusiasm. So if you're power calling someone, texting someone, trying to get a hold of them, hey man, I'm trying to get a hold of you. Hey, I'll call you tomorrow. If I don't hear back from you by the end of the day, I'm calling you tomorrow. I'll literally say that in a message. I'll call someone, and if they don't pick up, I'll send them a text message. Hey man, just gave you a call. You must be busy. If I don't hear back from you today, I'm gonna try again same time tomorrow. I'll keep doing that. It takes me 5 seconds to make a phone call and send a text. I'll do that over and over and over again. The reason why I had all those sales at Harley is because I would sit down and I would bang out 50 phone calls before most people finished their coffee, and I crushed everyone. So get on the phone, get people's phone numbers. As soon as I get a lead, after we start building some rapport, I'm gonna say, hey man, just curious, what's your phone, or what's the best phone number to get you at, just in case we need to jump on a call, or just in case they need to get a hold of you. Because most people are so used to using text. So they're gonna give you your phone number. Get their phone number, save it in your calendar, call Jim tomorrow, or call Jim Brown tomorrow, put his phone number, and then in the description, July 26th, talk to him about this, And another pro tip is use your voice to text when you're doing your notes, because a lot of us, we're going to half-ass the notes, and your notes are so important. Your notes you're not going to remember, okay? Especially when you're performing at a very high level and you have leads coming in every day, you're not going to remember. And don't give yourself some BS like, oh yeah, I'm going to remember, I'm good at that. No, you're not. The details, as soon as you hang that phone up, you set your next appointment. You set your next appointment before you hang the phone up, and then you make your notes in your calendar. Stay so meticulous on your organization and your follow-up, because that's why people are going to buy. I've literally had guys that have come into my business 2 or 4 or 5 years after they've hit my ad because of my follow-up. I am an absolute savage when it comes to follow-up, because if you're my lead, I've already put in work. I've already invested. I'm getting an answer from you. You're going to either tell me yes or no or block me, but I'm getting an answer from you. Whew. All right. So anyways, we did this booth. You can do it if you like. I personally wouldn't recommend doing this sort of stuff anymore, especially with what we have online, the marketing. $3,000 in ads is going to get you a lot further, a lot more reach, a lot more leads if you are focusing on your ads and you're doing it the way you're supposed to do it every single day. Okay. So I started investing in learning new skills. That's pretty straightforward. Most of you have these books. But one of the really important things that I did when I started my business is I documented everything. Every time I was reading a book, I took a picture. Every time I was doing a training, I took a picture. Every time I was doing anything with my business, I was taking a picture, because all of these memories get auto-generated every year. So your number one thing is content. You got to have your content out. If you're not posting every day or multiple times a day, then no one's even going to see your stuff, right? We are battling for Facebook real estate. So not only can you do your content every day, but you also have all these memories that come up. So your new people are going to come in and go, dude, look at this guy. Wow, he did that too. He read that book too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I look a little younger, I guess. I don't have all that gray in my beard like I do now. But anyways, read. Oh, and a little special for any of the guys out there. This book is called To Be a Man by Robert Augustus Masters. I highly, highly recommend. If there's any guys out there, women too, but if there's any guys out there, you have that shame, that guilt, that anxiety, lack of confidence, go get this book and go through the transformation and get rid of that excess baggage. You can have a 5,000 horsepower car, but if you tie a boat anchor to the back or a cruise ship anchor to the back, then it's a lot more resistance than you need. So the number one thing that you need to do for anybody to have that big quantum leap in their life is you got to go into your past and you got to make those things right. Neuro-linguistic programming, this one here, NLP. If you're not reading on neuro-linguistic programming, oh, here it is right here. Look at that. Neuro-linguistic programming. Get it. Learn it. Study it. The more you know about yourself, the more you're going to understand other people. And the other thing is a lot of people don't read. They just don't. I'd rather listen to audiobooks or I'd rather watch movies. There's something that comes with a book. It is the focus of concentration. So don't underestimate reading a book every single day. And I'm going to get into my DMO here in a bit. Whew. Guys having fun? If you're having fun, drop me a heart or something. All right. After only 5 months, I was able to put a massive payment on my mortgage. Again, my main goal was I got to get rid of my mortgage payment. I do not want to be the person that has this big looming mortgage thing. And 5 months later, I was able to put down a whack of money on my mortgage and it made me feel amazing. This is the day I quit my job. So funny story. I walk into Harley Davidson, December 1st of 2015, December. I walk in and my boss, remember, the store's not open yet. All the bikes are inside. And his office is right as you walk in. He goes, hey, Kev, can you come here for a sec? I said, yeah, sure. He goes, I got to be honest with you, man. This Enagic thing, this water business is getting in the way of you selling bikes. I said, yeah, man, I couldn't agree with you more. He goes, well, you got to make a decision. Do you want to work for us or do you want to work for yourself? I said, I got to be honest with you, man. I think you know that answer. And he goes, okay, well, you can give your 2 weeks. I said, can I leave right now? I said, sure. Remember, this is my second time quitting. And so I remember leaving Harley Davidson that day, like walking, or like, as soon as I had this conversation, I walked over to my girlfriend, Laura, gave her a kiss and said, hey, I quit again. She's like, what? Are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. I walked out of that door. It was the scariest day of my life because I knew that it was on me. I could either make this thing work or I could spiral it into the ground. So there's this anxiety and excitement sort of balance that you have. And the thing is it's the exact same emotion. Anxiety and excitement are the exact same emotion, but it's either the perspective of a negative or a positive. So I walked out with this, oh my God, I'm excited. And then all of a sudden I have this wave of, oh my God, like what if it doesn't work? And then it's like, oh my God, I'm in control and I know it's going to work. And here I am. I was supposed to be here at 6 p.m. I ended up showing up at noon and I sat there for 6-7 hours, something ridiculous, handing out water with a little tablet there, the whole song and dance. And it was just the first day of my new life. And I'm telling you, from someone who's, you know, I've had a $40,000 a month in this business. I've seen multiple people rank up. I've seen so many good things happen. I've been able to pay off debt, travel the world, do all this sort of stuff. You will never have anything greater than the day where you cut the cord of a 9 to 5. When you become self-sufficient is the biggest the biggest leap. Because you can get a 50 grand, 500 grand, $5 million in the bank. You're paying your bills and, you know, you're rich, you're wealthy, you're good. But that transition from, it's like literally taking the training wheels off or going from like crawling to walking or whatever it is. I'm telling you, focus on getting out of your job. That should be the number one. Don't worry about 6A. Don't worry about 6A2. Don't worry about that stuff. Worry about getting to all 8 points and making enough money to quit your job. That is the holy grail of entrepreneurship, is cutting the cord and moving on. Okay. I'm telling you, man, there's no greater feeling than waking up, alarm goes off 6 in the morning, and you get to wake up because you want to. I come in here, sit in front of my space heater, cuddle my dogs a little bit, go through my stretching, meditation, visualization. I'm telling you, get out of your job. Be the best feeling in the world. And within a couple months, I'm up on stage, getting my 6A. There's Reggie. There's Balazs down there. He just hit his -3. And I literally went from working in the oil field. Like, I'm telling you, man, there's days where I was in tears. I'm not fucking afraid to say it. I'm 270 pounds, jacked up oil field dude, Harley guy. I was literally breaking down emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. I needed a switch. I felt like such a loser. I felt like my life would never amount to anything. I started to lose hope. And then I went from that, the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, to quitting my job, you know, having my first $17,000 month, inspiring other people, building our team, doing all this stuff. And I did it in 1 year. So there's some of you that are like, oh, Kev, I've been in it for a year and I haven't had that success yet, or I haven't had that quantum leap yet. Most likely it's because you haven't burned your bridges. You're still doing that. Oh, I'm kind of in, but I don't want to go all in, because if I fail, then people are going to go, oh, I knew it. I knew you wouldn't make it. Or maybe it's yourself. Maybe you're scared that you're going to give up on yourself, or you're going to get unmotivated, or you're going to lose interest, or you get distracted. Set your goals, set your intentions, and stop worrying about whether you're going to do it or not do it. Commit today that you're going to hit 6A2-3. Just commit it, like your hands attached to your arm. And then all you need to worry about is your day-to-day activities. But if you're trying to balance out the, oh, should I do this? And oh, what do I need to do today? There's too much going on. You need something solid to stand on. And when you can share your vision, your story, your passion, your goals, your upline story, when you can tell people, listen, man, I'm doing this with or without you, then people are gonna get behind you. Because if you want to go into battle, you want to get behind the general saying, we're going here, we're doing this, we're making it happen, and we're all gonna survive. Someone, hey man, yeah, I think we go down here and I'm not really sure. It's like, no, man, no, you need to be confident. You need to create that image in your head of the person, this guy right here. That's the version of you. That's how you speak. You know, people say fake it till you make it. It's not faking it till you're making it. If you know that you're going to hit it, it's not faking it. It's you're living it before it's happened. And that is completely different. If you know you're going to hit it, then go after it and hit it. Telling you, man, you never know who's going to inspire you. Balazs inspired me to get going. I made 10 grand in my first 6 weeks, quit my job, did all this stuff, have my own system, work from home, multiple 6 figures a year, all because I saw someone else's passion and determination. Look at that check, man. We all want that check, don't we? All right, then we moved online. So one of the best things about online is this is personal branding. It is the most, I always tell people when I'm on a phone call, I go, hey man, do you remember when you signed up to Facebook way back in the day and you just scrolled all that legal stuff and you just hit accept and you didn't read a single word? They're like, yep. I go, so basically what you agree to is Facebook can sell your information to other people. And they go, what? And you go, yeah, man, every click, comment, share, everything you've ever done on Facebook, all of that information has been gathered, and people that are on the marketing side can buy your information through detailed targeting. And they go, what? So literally, you couldn't in a million years build a better marketing tool than what we have. So when people go, oh man, I'm not a tech guy, I go, how long have you had Facebook? And they go, oh, I don't know, 10 years. I go, have you ever made a post? Have you ever shared a picture? Have you ever commented or liked something? And they go, yeah. I go, well, you're just doing that with a purpose. That's all you're doing when you're online. If you're running a funnel and you have a landing page and you have a sales or offer video and you have all you're doing is driving traffic. All you're doing is attraction marketing. Check me out. This is who I am. You know, here's me in the oil field with Laura, right? When you're doing your ads, if you're doing a picture ad, you want contrast. So over here, nice and bright. Over here, it's dark. Wearing nothing in Maui, having the time of my life, in minus 40 degrees, want to blow my brains out. So showing that sort of progression, because remember, your imagery in your ads is number one, okay? People are stopping because you capture their attention. Here's me with my Harley, my girlfriend. I've also noticed that every ad with my girlfriend in it does way better than just me myself, okay? It is what it is. But I have this, what I call the trifecta of marketing, which means your copy, even though the lifestyle is good, felt overworked, underpaid, always on someone else's schedule, missing every sunny day, long hours on the sales floor, with no guarantee, fighting for trade vows. So, or even though the money was good, I hated the oil patch lifestyle, always away from home. So oil field in the copy, oil field in the picture, oil field in the targeting. Sales in the copy, or Harley Davidson sales in the copy, Harley Davidson in the picture, and Harley Davidson in the targeting. If you match those up, the chances of you getting a converting ad at $2 to $4 lead are going to go through the roof. Okay. So get intentional on your ad. Okay. If you are going to do a video ad, do it, and you're going to do it in outdoors or in front of a mountain, or if you're riding your mountain bike, or if you, whatever it is, do your video behind something or incorporate something that you can target specifically in the Facebook targeting. So go find a target. I don't know if they have the audience insights still going. I know the audience insights are going away, but find something that you're going to want to target, incorporate that into your copy, and then have that in your imagery as well. Every single ad that's ever done really well has had that trifecta. Okay. So that's a little pro tip, but online, man, it is definitely the way to go. And then of course you get into video ads. So video ads are a little bit different. Rule number one, always clean your camera lens. It is crazy when I see people doing go lives and there's smudges or it looks like crap. Clean your lens, have good audio. If your audio sucks, most of the time, you know, people are just going to shut it down right away. I understand that 90% of videos aren't watched with audio, but if someone does want to hear you, it better be crystal clear, not a ton of stuff going in the background. Use your headphones with the mic. I was down at the beach. I did a go live, but make sure that you set up, be intentional with your videos, speak clearly, project your voice, your tonality, your posture, everything matters, because I'm sure you do this as well. You watch a video, you're looking around. Where is he sitting? Well, I'm sitting in front of my sales and business manager's office. You know, I always aspired to be a sales manager because I used to get the sales manager. That's the trifecta: sales manager. And I literally targeted sales and managers inside the demographics, which is obviously something that I pre-thought ahead of time. So get intentional with your videos and don't be scared to try a video. Your video will work for a bit and then it might not. So you're going to be constantly recreating videos. Just get after it and don't worry about if it's good enough. I don't have the right camera. I don't have the right this or that or whatever. Just shoot the video. Grant Cardone literally shoots video and he's bouncing around. I'm like, fuck, dude, can you pony up for a couple $100 and get a gimbal or something? Like, but he's literally hand bombing it with a AirPod in. So you don't need anything fancy. If you got a decently good smartphone, just do your content. Remember, we're all battling for Facebook real estate. Mr. Adam, My business partner, the other half of the Legacy Builders team. I couldn't do this without him. Him and Rachel have literally been an absolute, I can't say enough about themselves and their team. They're literally the people that inspire me every day, because Adam was able to go from his Aces decking roofing company, and he went from $40,000 or $70,000 in debt, paid it all off, saved up 40 grand for a down payment on a house, moved his entire family over. It was absolutely amazing. And again, coming from the construction into the online space, these are the stories that motivate people to get outside their comfort zone. And then don't be afraid to invest in coaching. Okay, this is something that took me years and years to do. Is I was always scared to spend money or do whatever. And I got to be honest with you, I spent $25,000 on a coaching program, and I was way overqualified for it. And I, in hindsight, was it a good move? Maybe, maybe not. It got me to where I am today. But don't be afraid to invest in coaching. Number one, it's a write-off. And number two, you need help. You need coaches. So go find a coach, go find someone who has a different perspective, or has been successful in business, or understands marketing, or is good where you suck, and ask them for help. And don't be afraid to spend your money. 500,000, 2,000, 5,000. If you need to spend money on coaching, remember, something you learn today is going to compound over and over and over. Remember, so think about when you're in grade 3. Imagine if you didn't learn math. Think about that. If you never learned math, how much harder would your life have been? But you learn a skill and you use it every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Okay, so it's worth it to invest in the coaching, because you might learn one thing that can completely transform the direction of your business. You find that one leader, you find that one hustler, you find that influencer, they come in, they crush 10 grand in 6 weeks, they build a business, they build a system, boom, they're rocking and rolling and kicking ass, all because you went outside your comfort zone. And there's something in the universe. The universe pays you back. It does. It might be a month, a year, 5 years down the road, but whatever you invest, I'm a firm believer that you will get that back some way, shape, or form. And then we just created our own system. So we came together over this last year, and of course, like, I never thought I would ever do this. And here's the other thing. If you want to do a system, or if you've dreamt about doing a system or whatever, go for it. Go for it. I'm not saying I want more competition in this business, but I'm saying just go for it. The experience is so rewarding. It's like building an amazing body. It's the grinding it out and the meticulous details and all that sort of stuff. But I'm telling you, it's one of the most rewarding experiences I ever had. And then, of course, there's some income disclaimers or whatever, but we've had some people on the team that have very, very good months and success. And Adam, Rachel crushed out 10 grand in a week a little while back. And Adam and Shanna, $4,600. That I think was in their 4th or 5th month. And then Phil crushing out 17 grand in 30 days while on vacation, which was pretty rad. But the money's real, guys. We all start at the same 1A, 2A, 3A. But if you want it, and you really believe you can make it happen, and you see yourself as that person that is going to hit 682-3, all you need to do is have that tenacity. The tenacity is the easy part. It's the deciding you're going to do it that is the humming and hawing. But the thing is, if you decide today, the chances of you exponentially growing your business are going to go through the roof. So just commit. Just do it. Do it like I had to do it when Kayla Delargy said, go spend your money, Kev. Go invest, Kev. Go big, Kev. Raise your ad budget from $300 a month to $1,000 a month and see what happens, Kev. Well, guess what? I had my first $17,000 a month, which I also had my 6 leaders that all came together, created our Allied Forces team, which then obviously got us into Legacy Builders, and here we are now. And then we just travel the world, man. I gotta be honest with you. Some of the best feelings is getting on dream vacations, going to Thailand, like getting in a jungle, doing these experiences. And what's the best part about this business at Enagic? Let me hear it. Writing off your expenses. You're damn right. Staying in 5-star hotels, traveling the world, flying first class. You get to write it off. You get to write it off. Go and bring your machine. Like we went to Kuala Lumpur, hooked it straight up to the tap. Literally, Bangkok tap water. I was drinking out of a K8. It's crazy, man. But as far as I was told, goes through the ionization process, kills all the bacteria. Don't quote me on that, not a doctor, but I didn't get sick and it was awesome. But yeah, dream vacations, man. Buy first new vehicle, buy your dream home, do the things you need to do, and then build your community. Go out and start crushing it. I started as a one-man army, and eventually we started building and building and building and building and having new people come in and different perspectives and attitudes. And, all of these people come together. We have one goal: to help each other become better, to learn skills, pass them on. That is what we do. Your income will be a direct reflection on your own personal growth. If I didn't read all those books and do all that training, I wouldn't have had this team. And that is our Legacy Builders little powwow. So I am going to jump in to a little bit of what I do every single day. Number one is your morning routine. Okay. Now, whether you have a 9-to-5 job or you're doing this full time or whatever the case is, your morning routine is going to set you up. Okay. So there are a few things that I do every single morning. It doesn't matter whether I feel good or bad, sick or tired, hungover, weak, whatever. I do these every single day like clockwork. Even when I'm on vacation, it doesn't matter. I have to get this done. Number one is big glass of 9.5 water first thing in the morning. I drag my machine everywhere. If I'm going to Thailand, if I went to Prince Rupert, I took my machine. I went to Port Alice on a barge in the middle of the ocean with no electricity, or just generated electricity. I still brought my K8 with me. I don't go anywhere without it. Okay, ever. And if I run out of water, I'm going home. Just the way I am, man. My body runs a certain way. So the first thing that I do every morning is I go downstairs, I slam a big glass of water. Not a little glass of water, not a medium glass of water, but a giant glass of water, okay? Then I get into my room, turn on my oil diffusers, okay? There is Oil Factory anchors. So anchors are incredibly important in business because you need something to get you going, right? You go into the club and you hear your song come on, you're like, woo, right? You're just jacked up. You immediately go into a different state. So I've attached a scent to me working. So every day I get in here, I turn on my oil diffusers right away. Now, the cool thing is there's hour, 3 hours, 5 hours. So I'll turn it on for an hour and I know that I have basically my first shift in the morning. Then I do a stretching routine. This is for all the guys out there, mainly for the guys, obviously for the women as well. But guys, if you are working a 9-to-5 job, you're doing construction, you're doing labor, I'm telling you from experience, from someone who's had a ton of injuries, stretch every morning for minimum 5 minutes every morning. Do a stretching routine. Up to the sky, forward fold, stretch out your hamstrings, stretch out your hip flexors, stretch out your glutes, stretch out the front of your abs. Do a little stretching routine. And I do have a stretching routine. If anybody wants it, just let me know. I could drop it in and it's really quick, but stretch out every single morning. Elongate your muscles. When you get like the hunchback, you see these old guys with the hunchbacks because they never stretch. So I stretch. And the reason I stretch is because my next thing is the meditation. How many people go, I just can't meditate. I just can't get into the zone, man. I can't do it. Well, the problem is you probably go into your room and you sit down and you tell your kids to go over here or whatever. And then you sit on the ground and your heart rate's still pumping. You're still all jacked up and you're trying to sit there and you can't get into that Zen state. Well, that Zen state is when your heart rate lowers. So what I do is I do a quick stretching routine. This is going to get me to hold a pose, stretch out my muscles, focus on my breathing, lower my heart rate. Then I'm going to get into my meditation. I'm going to sit there and just blank your mind out. The best thing to do this is in the morning because you don't have all this stuff. You don't have all this stuff that's going on in your day, right? Meditating at night is awesome as well. But first thing in the morning, you get your meditation done. And then after I do my meditation, I get into gratitude. So thank you for my health, my wealth, my happiness. Thank you for my team. Thank you for my business. Thank you for Enagic. Thank you for my dogs. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my everything. Like I go through bang, 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 bang. I thank the universe before I do anything. And then I get into visualization. Visualization is the most important part. Well, they're all important, but you got to see it. You got to see the gold medal. You got to see the -3. You got to see it. If you don't see it, you're not going to do it. You're going to make an excuse, going to push it off. And guess what? If you don't solve your income problems, you're passing them off to your kids. Hey, I wasn't strong enough. here's the same problems that I had when I was growing up. You can figure it out, right? You want to be long-term vision. You're doing this not just for yourself, but for your kids and your family and everything else. So marry that vision of who it is you want to be. Think about it constantly. How are you going to feel? What does it look like? Where are you going to live? What type of person are you? What things have you gotten over? Get this image in your mind so crystal clear that you can identify it at the highest level, okay? Write down your goals and write down your tasks. These are different. I hear people all day, oh, I write down my goals. I'm a 682-3. I'm going to sell something today. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's great. But we have something in our system called the 7 steps to goal setting. You take a goal, you break it down into 7 smaller goals, and then you break those 7 goals down into 7 action steps. Okay. Now, I know what my goal is and what my tasks are. They are different. My goal is to sell a trifecta, have 3 appointments booked, convert an ad, da, 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 da. My tasks are write the ad, find the picture, do my follow-up, send my text messages, goals and tasks. So write them down individually every single day, because the cool thing is you'll be able to go through. Is this the page? Is this my book? This is my book. It's not my book. Is this my book? Where's my book? So something like this. Write it down every day. Have a checklist. And then I have the monster checklist at the very, very back, I believe, of this page here. So at night, I have a checklist of all the things that I have to do. Stick to my diet and workout, morning meditation with oils, read, write gratitude in the morning, get up before 6 a.m., stretch out every day, less TV, stick to my daily planner, book calls first, positive energy, gratitude for what I have. I go through this every single night before I go to bed, because remember, I do my meditation and stretching first thing in the morning and last thing before bed. The last thing I do before I put my head on that pillow is I go through my entire checklist in my day, because if I missed something, I'm already going to write it down first thing tomorrow. Remember, organization is crucial for your success in this business. You have to be able to keep yourself accountable. So make sure you are writing down a checklist of all the things that you need to get done, and the tasks that you've completed in the day. Move those things over. If you didn't complete them, put it at the top for the next day. Okay. Next thing I do is I open my computer. So again, I work from home. I've been doing this for a while. So the first thing I do is I get into here and I open up all of my tabs. The very first thing I do is check my ads. If you don't have ads running and you don't have your 3 leads a day, chances are you're not very excited about your business. I hear it all day. Oh yeah, Kev, I'm doing warm market. Sometimes that's like, I'm just not hustling my business because I don't have ads running. You got to have ads. You can't slow the train down because it takes so much work to get it going again. So first thing in the morning, I come in and I check my ads. Are my ads converting over $5 or under $5? If it's under $5, I'll duplicate it. If it's over $5, I shut it down and retarget it. I have a minimum ad spend every single day that I allocate to my ads regardless. I'm spending the money regardless. And if you don't have ads that are converting, you got to go write a new ad. Okay, this is going to keep you producing advertisements, and you must keep your funnel full. If your car runs out of gas, are you going to push your car? Probably not. It's a lot easier to keep the funnel full. So number one, first thing I do is check your ads, keep your funnel full. Number 2 is I make my very first post. Okay, so how many times have you got up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to post. I'm going to do it later. Yeah, I'll do it when I get back from this. I'll do it when I get home from work. I'll do it whenever. And then 3, 4, 5 o'clock rolls by and you're like, man, I didn't do my post. Especially if you're on the West Coast. Because everybody else, if I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's already 9 o'clock. So by the time I get to doing my first post, it's probably 10 o'clock back east. If I waited till 9 or 10 or 11 o'clock, it's middle of the day for these guys. Okay, so get your first post done first thing in the morning. Okay, get it done, write a caption, and you're going to feel so much better about your business as well. If you can post every morning before 9 a.m., chances are you will be way more jacked about your business. Okay, so first thing is make your post. Second thing is I do my follow-up. I'm relentless on my follow-up. I am relentless. I have a guy named Justin. I probably called him 20 times. And now I'm just doing it because I'm doing it now. I ain't getting off the gas. This is a battle. This is like a tug of war. I'm going to call him till he blocks me or till I get a yes or till I get a no. But get relentless with your follow-up. You do not know what's happening in other people's lives. Most likely, this is a half of a sliver of a percent inside of their life. Enagic might be 100% your life. For me, it's 100%. But a new lead, they might have a million things going on. So your tenacity in your business, if someone's calling me and trying to get a hold of me, I'm like, dude, this guy's on his game. That's the guy I want to work with. There's people out there that are waiting for you to prove to them that you're doing this business at the highest level. How many scams are out there? Like literally, talk to someone on the other side of the world. Hey, buy this trifecta for 10 grand and, do all this stuff and build a lifetime income. It's like, dude, I don't know you. It's like, no, you don't know me yet, but you're going to see the type of guy I am. I'm going to call you. I'm going to be on you. I'm going to push you to do something great in your life or tell me to beat it. But I'm getting an answer. So do your follow-up, plan your days next. Okay. So you're doing your follow-up. The number one thing that I'm doing when I do my follow-up is I'm trying to book phone calls and Zooms. My day yesterday, this weekend, I bet you I had 20 calls, 25 calls, one after another, after another, after another. I can do it at the gym. I can do it, when I'm driving. I can do it when I'm sitting on the couch, walking my dogs. Get people's phone numbers and start having a conversation with them. Start, transferring enthusiasm and getting your tonality down and making jokes. And just like when someone's on the phone with you or on a Zoom meeting, you have their attention. It's so easy to see see a text or a message and go, I'll get to him tomorrow. I'll get to him when I'm on break. It never happens. And if someone texts me, hey man, shoot me let's chat through text. I'll say, when are you back home? Or when's the best time for a phone call? Morning or afternoon? They're going to say morning. Okay. 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Okay, cool. I'm going to call you 11 a.m. Put it in your calendars so you don't forget. I always tell people that. Make sure you put this in your calendar so you don't forget. The worst thing in the world is doing a phone call, guy doesn't answer. It's infuriating. And the day before, if you really want to get gangster with it, go and text people. Hey man, looking forward to chatting with you 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. If anything changes, let me know. And then when I'm on the phone call at the end, the last thing I say is communication is my number one priority. If anything happens, anything changes whatsoever, change of heart, cold feet, doesn't matter to me. All I ask is just please have clear lines of communication, because from this point on, I'm expecting you to do X, Y, or Z. When they agree to that, it is a micro commitment. Very, very, very important when you're in sales. Okay. Whew. All right. And then after all this, I have my morning shake and my workout, which is the last thing that I want to talk about. So I know there's a lot of people that have heard of 75 Hard. This is something that's been super popular last little bit. You look at Balazs, man, look at that guy. He's all thin in the face. He's all fit. He's got a vest on, running up hills, pushing baby strollers. 75 Hard is more than just a workout routine. It is discipline. So our Legacy Builders community has decided on August the 9th. Let me find my page here. One second. So we are doing a 75 Hard starting August 9th to October 23rd. And this is Dustin Lamphere. This is one of my up and coming superstars. Dustin has had one of the most amazing transformations I've ever seen of anybody. And I've been in the gym industry for a very, very, very long time. And he lost 60 pounds over this last year, and he's completely dialed himself in. He's got a quad sale that's going in today. Congrats, Dustin. You're fucking awesome, dude. You've earned it, bro. And we're going to dial in. So we're opening this up for our Legacy Builders community. So people that are not in Enagic, and then people that are also in Enagic. So for the people that aren't in Enagic, this is going to be more disciplined. We're going to have the 75 Hard. So the workout routine, drink a gallon of water a day, 2 workouts a day, progress pick, a diet, all that sort of stuff. So we're just going to have the standard 75 Hard with a budgeting attached to it. So if you have leads and they're like, yeah, I really want to get started. Okay, well, let's reverse engineer 75 days from now or sooner you getting into your business, whether it's in-house financing, getting a loan, saving up, co-signer, loan, whatever it is. Not only are we going to get these people disciplined, but we're also going to find a date for them to get started. Now, the people that are inside Enagic, we are going to have a couple different levels for you. If you decide you want to push it on production, whether it be lead production, content production, obviously sales. And we're also, Dustin and I are going to have both of our workout routines, both of our diet plans. I'm going to give you my morning shake routine. I'm going to give you my testosterone boosting natural stack. So if you want to get dialed in, open invitation, anybody that wants to, and I'm telling you, man, this is the real fucking deal. This is no half-ass. This is 75 hard to the T. Accountability, showing up, progress pics, getting after it, and kicking ass with people that are on the exact same journey as you. 75 days of focus on your mind, body, and business will completely change your life if you're willing to go and get after it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm beyond excited to jump on and share some of this stuff with you guys. If you did get some value, send me a message. And if you're, another thing, if you're going to send me a friend request, please send me a message with the friend request, just so I know where you're coming from. Introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about you, your story, that sort of stuff. If you want to get into the 75 hard, we're going to drop the link to the private Facebook group. It's August 9th. So you have almost 2 weeks to go eat your pizza, to go party, to do your thing. August 9th, we dial in. You're going to have workout routines, diet plans. You're going to have everything you need to dial in. We want to set these people up to be able to buy into the business. Middle of fall, get yourself set up so you have a couple months in order to make some money before Christmas. Put those Christmas presents under the tree. Remember, the money, what the money is going to buy is a hell of a lot more emotionally connected than the money itself. So when someone goes, hey, you get your business started within the first 75 days, we have 2 months in order for you to make your first trifecta sale. What presents are you buying for your kids with that $1,000? That's what we're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Send me some love if you guys are on board. If you have any questions for me, please reach out, whether it's on neuro-linguistic programming, training, worm market, online, whatever it is. Love to hear from you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Put a smile on your face. You're in the best business in the world. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the leaderboard soon. You guys have a wonderful night. See you on the next one.